We're live, brother.
What's going on, RJ? How you doing? How you living? How you
I'm
feel?
good. I'm good. I feel good. Ready to go. Ready to do some horses.
Nice week off last week. We had a little connection difficulty, ran into some hiccups. We really wanted to make sure we got things straight for the Whitney weekend here. Big weekend. Huge. Biggest one of the meet so far. Biggest one out of Belmont and Saratoga. I mean, Belmont Stakes Day is pretty big, obviously, but Belmont Stakes Day doesn't have this kind of card. This is crazy. We got 5 stakes races out of 12 races on the card. 10 out of the 12 races are over $100,000 purses, and 4 of the 5 stakes races are graded. So we're here. We got some really expensive horses running, some familiar faces, some friendly faces, some foes. We're in for it here, man. This is gonna be a good weekend. I'm excited. To be back.
No, it's a great weekend, and ready to get my feet wet, brother. Ready to do this thing.
Yes, sir, man. Here we go. So we're gonna jump right into it. Like I said, 12 races here to this Saturday. We're shooting this on a Thursday. Shout out to my baseball team. We made the championship finals, Albany Twilight League, Albany Athletics. So I got baseball tomorrow night. So we're shooting this on a Thursday. We're coming at you, 12 races, kind of going to try to breeze through the first 4 or 5 here to really narrow down on the big stakes races and graded races later on in the card. So race 1, jumping right at it. We're going a mile and a 16th on the inner turf. This is $100,000 maiden special weight. I have it 5.267.
Actually, I actually have it 5.10.87. I lied to you before. I picked up another race. I actually have this 5.10.87. So we actually have the first winner together. It's a nice surprise that I just found out. But tell me why you like Boston Flagship, because this horse stood out to me a bit.
So I like him a little bit. I like his. It's something I've talked about on this show with you before. I like experience in maiden races, and looking at this field, he's got the experience. He came in 3rd. He raced at Saratoga as well. So not only am I getting the experience, but I'm getting the experience of him racing at Saratoga at this distance on the turf in $100,000 maiden race. I just think this horse is going to be tough here. I will say that I do like the 2. The 2 is a horse for me that I like, Dripping Gold, 9-2 morning line. Shug McGahee. I love Shug McGahee horses. I just am curious if he's going to break well. If he does, I think he's the biggest threat to us. I know a lot of people might think the 1, but I think the 1's going to get over bet. But they paid $300,000 for this 2, Dripping Gold. He's by Lemon Drop Kid. He's a very, very good lineage here. West Point Thoroughbreds are the owners. They're typically well at Saratoga. So this is a nice little 100,000 maiden or right away. I like the 5 to win. I like the 5-2 exacta.
Yeah, I actually like a 5-8 exacta here with the Speak Unity, Flavian Prat, and Jonathan Thomas. 2 races so far. So like you said, a little bit of practice at 5 furlongs, and he's got a place under his belt. So he may just not like the finish line. We'll have to see there. But I do like a 5-8 exacta. So that's all I really got to say about this race. You want to jump on to race number 2?
Yeah. Take 2. Go for it.
All right. I have 7-4-3-2. Tell me what you got here.
In race 2, so we got a mile and an 1/8. We're going on the dirt. Little bit of a hike here. Well, technically, I guess you could say 4-turn race. 50,000 claimer. This is there's 2 races on here that are kind of This is one of them. I got it 2-3-1-4. I went with 2 American Tattoo. I like Tyler Gaffleo, Norm Cassidy here. I think this horse is running pretty well as of late. And Tyler's been hot, man. I said this. Go back and look at our first episode for Saratoga week 1. I said, if you keep an eye out, Tyler's going to be in the top 5. He's currently 4th right now in the jockey standings. And he's 4th, a distant 4th, because Louis crushing it. Irad and Jose are close in 2nd and 3rd. But you got Manny Franco and Tyler just sitting there stalking a little bit. So shout out Tyler, man. I like him. I've been a big fan of him. You know, Churchill, Gulfstream. He wins a lot of races for me. So I'm going 2, 3, 1, 4 in the second race.
I'm thinking it's 7, 4, 3, 2. I just like the 7 Shotsky. It's got Irad on it. It's 2 for 2 in the money at this distance with a win. It's got good early pace. I'm sure Irad will use that to his advantage here. I don't know. I just think this horse has some wins under its belt. I like the 8-1 price. I'm sure it won't go off like that. It won with Irad's brother last time out here, and I do think it has a. What's up?
So I like Shotsky. Okay. This horse hasn't been good to me. 2 races back, I bet him. Right, he was a pretty low odds horse. I bet him at Belmont. He finished 7th. Right, so I was like, "Fuck you, whatever. I'm done with you." Next race, he comes out, he romps, he wins, decent price. So the 7 for me was very live, but as soon as I read his name, immediately in my head, I said, nope.
No, I get that. I also do like the 4 heirloom kitten with Jose Ortiz on it. I'm liking a nice Irad Jose exacta here. See if we get anything. But I think
that's going to pay well too, because both those horses are going to be good odds.
Yeah, not bad. And I do like the 3 as well, Zoomer. I think Joel Rosario's got a chance to win this race. And then, you know, we're like, oh man, we let a 9-2 horse go off and win. It 3 out of 5 this year. It's been in the money with a win. It's 1 for 1 at this distance with a win. I think it's got a chance in this crowd. It's like a field. So we'll see a bigger price horse take the finish line. I'm hoping that Gaffleone American Tattoo number 2, I hope it jumps at post time. I don't like that it's 3-1 right now, especially since it's raced 6 times this year and it's only had 1 second place finish, nothing else. Yeah. I don't like the 3-1 price tag. It's like, yeah. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I agree 100%. I went with it because I think it's I don't know. Like you said, it's an air race. You know, the 7, very good, could win the race. I think the 2 could win the race. I don't know. It's one of those. On to the next. Race 3. We got a 6 furlong dirt race here. $103,000 allowance race. A very, very good allowance race here. I'm going to take a chance and beat the heavy favorite, Tuggle, the 2 horse. Irad Ortiz. He's morning line 6-5. Irad's on him. You got Jeremiah Englehart's the trainer. The horse was purchased for $160,000 by point of entry, by satisfaction. Owner Augustin Farms, which is Bill Parcells. This horse lifetime, 7 races, 1 win, 3 seconds, 1 third. 6-5, not my cup of tea here. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna beat him. I think he's a good horse. I think he's gonna be there. Obviously he's got 102 early speed. He's gonna be running. He's gonna be running fast. I'm going here with the 5. I got this 5-2-4-3. I'm going Dream Bigger with Luis Zayas and Rapoli Stable for Rudy Rodriguez as the trainer. This horse is he's interesting for me. He's raced really good races at Saratoga. He's come in second twice, so I like that. But if you go to the distance factor, he's raced this distance 3 times. He's come in first twice and second once. So he's played arguably raced his best races in his career at this distance. So I'm going to go with that. Rapoli Stable's been hot. Rudy Rodriguez is usually good for a couple. So that's where I got that here. I'm going 5-2-4-3 for race 3. What do you got?
Yeah, I got it 5-3-4-2. We actually have all the same horses in here. I think we feel the same about Tuggle. 3 places at this distance. I think I like the early pace. But I think the horse is going to fade late, and I think that's what's going to kill a lot of bettors here. Is they'll bet Irad because they think it's the best horse and it's got a lot of good speed. But I think it's going to fade. I don't think it has the juice. I do like the 5 Dream Bigger, Rudy and Louie. I think it's the best horse in the field. So I do like this 5. I'm close to making the 5 one of my best bets, just because I like this horse so much. But I do like the 3 New Bomb. It's a Jose Ortiz, broke maiden this year, $155,000 purchase, 3 for 3 in the money at this distance with 1 win. And then I like the 4 Stage Left, J.R. Velasquez, Wesley Ward, 3 out of 5 in this money at this distance, and I like the price. I like 92.
Stage Left is a very good horse. I like Stage Left a lot. Johnny V and Wesley Ward are always dangerous. Johnny V just has not been finding the winner circle at Saratoga.
Yeah.
So there was a couple horses on here, this card, where I wanted to take Johnny so bad, but the way he's riding, not him personally, but the luck he's getting when he's riding,
it's just not there.
The man cannot get the winner circle. He's second, he's third, he's fourth. So I mean, there's it's funny you said it, where there's a couple races coming up where Johnny's on some very live horses, and I got him in the 4, but I just couldn't make him my top choice. Where on other days I may have if his luck was going a different way, but right now, man, it's just the hot hands Louis. The hot hand is Mike Maker. You know, you got some hot hands right now that are tough to overlook.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good there. Race 4. We're cruising right through. You want to take race 4? Go ahead.
Yep, we got Inner Turf, 1 mile, 3-year-olds and up, maiden special weight at $85,000. I have it 10-9-7-5. What do you have it at, brother?
I have it 9-5-10-7. It's another race where we got the same 4 horses, a little different mixture. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead because we cheated a little bit this week. We gave each other our picks. That way we had an idea. There's 3 races where RJ and I have the same 4, just different combination as where they're going to finish. So there are going to be 3 superfecta boxes that I will play this weekend because we don't usually do that. We don't usually link up on 4 straight. So
we didn't, but we didn't know that we had picked the same.
We didn't pick them together.
We found out after that they were independent finds. We've just got a bit of symmetry there. So no, that's the extent of that. But yeah, I do like the 10-9-7-5 here.
Tell me why you like the 10. Tell me why you like the 10.
I like the price of the 10. Hot Doctor. I think it's a funny fucking name for a horse. By the way, calling a horse Hot Doctor. It's really funny. But it's 10-1 now. I think it'll get bet down. It hasn't raced at this distance, but I don't think that's a problem because
you get Linda, Rice, and Jose. Good combination at Saratoga.
Good combination. Maybe this horse will outlast the other horses. I'm hoping for a breakthrough here, and I like that it's 10-1. And we've seen some of the bigger monies show up on Saturdays recently. Especially last week was just it was an outrageous day for the underdogs. So I'm hoping that the 10 shows up. But I do like the 9 Shutters IRAD, $115K purchase, and IRAD and Chad Brown. So.
I read Chad got Peter Brandt as the owners. The horses by Get Stormy. That's why it's my top pick. I think that horse has got some lineage. I think this is a weak field. I do think the 10 is live. One horse I do want to talk about is the 5, Ruse. Ruse has got some experience and he's raced well in his career. He's one of those horses though that just doesn't like to win. So
yeah. I'm
going to take the chance that a first-time starter might jump him. But I do think the 5 is very interesting, depending on the price. Because morning line, you got the 9, who's 5-2, which is a $7 horse, and the 5, who's 3-1, which is an $8 horse. Depending on the price, who's the bigger price of the 2? I might take the other, but I think 9 and 5, you're splitting hairs right there.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with you.
You good there on race 4?
I'm good there with race 4. Yep, good there. Good.
All right, race 5. Big one, big $100,000 maiden special weight, going 7 furlongs on the dirt. Nice, big old sprint here for the maidens. I love these races, man. These races are where you get the young ones, man. You get the horses that are just gearing up, ready to go, the cream of the crop. I love it. You get to see the lineage, the price tags, all of it. I mean, look through this, man. This is one of those races. Look, you got the 5, $590,000 they paid for that horse. He's 6-1. $150,000 they paid for the 2, $120,000 they paid for the 4, $250,000 they paid for the 7. I love these maiden races, man. These price tags are great. Are great.
The expert selection this week don't even have the 9 listed, and the 9 is a $750K purchase for
Yeah,
William Mott.
$750,000
$50,000
by Curlin.
And it's not even on an expert list. So
No,
they
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
These are the maiden races you get on Whitney Day at Saratoga. You get $100,000 maiden race where you got horses that are worth over the purse.
Almost a quarter, you know, what is it? $750,000, $750K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the morning line odds. The morning line odds of that horse that you're talking about is 10-1.
No,
10-1 for a horse that's $750,000 they bought for it. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. I got it 2-3-1-4. What do you got here?
I got it 3-9-2-1.
What do you like about the 3?
I like Keep Calm and Carry On because it's a Pletcher and a Joel. You know, we got Todd Pletcher, Joel Rosario here.
Nice race. It's class race. Went from 6th to 2nd. Closed really well.
Closed really well on a wet surface. It was only 5.5 furlongs. So I think maybe with 7 furlongs here, we're adding a little bit of distance. It may be able to catch real late, which I think is something to be admired. I do like 7 furlongs, like you were saying, because 5.5 is kind of short. With maidens, we can't really see them get the distance down where they'll get beat if they just don't break out of the gate well. 7 furlongs it's still a sprint, but there's room to race. It's still a sprint, but there's room to go. We can see like a full potential of a horse. I think it's like the truest distance. I really enjoy.
I 100% agree. 100% agree with that.
So
7 furlongs is like you said, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5. It's like if you stumble at the gate, the race is over. You're done. 7, you can compete a little bit if you got a horse. I think that's a perfect analogy that you just made. That's perfect.
And yeah, I do like this 9 a little bit, and I'm going to put some money on it because it's a $750,000 horse.
Yeah, I know. And you know, I noticed I left him off my ticket completely. And my dumbass circled the 750,000. I circled it, but I left them off because those are the things I do.
My eyes just went like that when I saw it. I was like, oh, Junior Alvarado. I looked up and it was like 750K. I was like, my God.
Yeah. This was the only race that I actually went with Johnny on the 2. So like I said, I got it 2-3-1-4. I took Johnny here with Dallas Stewart because it finished 2nd last time. This horse has got a pretty good kick. It broke well, and it's coming out of a $102,000 maiden special. So it raced against horses of this caliber. I mean, the horses that won that race, the horse that beat him was Gunite, which is very good. Rattle and Roll came in 3rd, which is that's a pretty good horse. I don't know. I'm hoping Johnny can get one here. West Point Thoroughbreds, they always seem to have a winner on these big days. So I think at 3-1, at 3-1, that's an $8 horse right now. And I don't know if he's going to be the favorite. I think there may be others that take that favorite money as we get a little closer to post time.
I agree. That's why I have it as my 3rd place horse. I do like this horse a lot. I also like that I don't know what the weather looks like for New York on Saturday. Nice. But I'm assuming it's going to be a good day, and it's on the dirt, so it's going to be fast.
The only thing, so right now it was nice today, Thursday. It's going to be nice tomorrow, Friday. It's going to be nice predominantly in the morning. Saturday, there's a 30% chance of storms in the afternoon. Saturday, so there's a chance maybe it mucks things up a little bit. But I mean, it's New York. They say it on TV all the time. It says sunny, but you bring an umbrella because there's pop-up storms everywhere.
Yep. We go to race 6, brother.
I like it though. Yeah, I like it. Race 6. Here we go. We're ready to roll. We're rocking and rolling through these stakes races, and this is the first 120,000 Fasig-Tipton Lure Stakes. We're going 1 mile and a 16th on the Mellon turf. This is a good race, man. There's so many good horses in here, and what's crazy to me is that a horse like Tacitus, who's entered in as the 1, isn't going to race because the weather's supposed to be nice. But if this race if this race comes for whatever reason, there's a storm, whatever, bad rain, heavy rain, and this comes off the turf and goes to the dirt, Tacitus is going to win this race, hands down. He's going to walk away with this. So that's that. But given the fact that he's probably not going to race, I'm going 3-2-5-7 here. Mm-hmm. My top choice is going to be Value Proposition, a familiar friend of the show, of the article. He's 2-1 morning line, Clairvich Stables, Chad Brown, Irad. Everybody knows the drill, but he hasn't been that good as the favorite. He's been the beaten favorite a couple times, and that unfortunately has hurt me as well as RJ. But he also won a couple for us, including two back when he won at Belmont, going a mile on the turf, and he romped. He crushed the field. And I think that field was just as competitive as this field here today. So his last race in the Forbidden Apple, he ran into Rinaldi. Rinaldi's a very good horse. I can almost draw a line through that because he only lost by half a length. That's okay. He's 2 for 2 in the money at Saratoga. That's a big part for me, is that he likes this, and he's 2 for 2. He's 2 for 2 in the money, as in he won one and came in second one time at Saratoga, and then at this distance he's 2 for 2, as in he's raced twice and he's won twice at this distance. So I like that. I'm with it. I'm taking Clairvich Stables, and I'm going to watch the big KS come running down. 3-2-5-7. What do you got?
I got a 5-6-1-9. I put the 1 here just in case. I put it on my list. Just if anything happens, I'll have the 1 there. If it doesn't race, I'll take the 5, 6, and 9 and deal with that. But I do like the 1. Tacitus, I think, is the best horse here, but we're just concerned about if it races or not. I like the 5 Flavius with Flavian Prat on it. I think the horse is named after the jockey here, so that's always good. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know.
So I also like it's a Chad Brown, and it's been in some grade 1. It's been in a grade 1 with Flavian Prat before, which I do like. I think it'll have some familiarity. This is just a stakes horse. It's just been in a good amount of stakes races, and on the turf, 7 for 11 at this distance, 1 for 2 in the money. I like the speed here. I also like the 6 Midnight Tea Time with Luis Saez, 8 and 11 in the money at this distance, and it's 15-1 right now. I think it'll get bet down to 12-1 or maybe 10-1. But this horse is won with Saez, so I think that's a thing you got to worry about. And Joel Rosario on the number 9, South Bend, 1 for 2 at the money at this distance, 1 for 3 with a win in 2021. It's a hard worker. You know, it's a horse that's going to show up. It's going to give its all. So that's something I can really admire about this horse. I think the 9 has a decent chance with Joel Rosario on board here.
And that's the thing about this, man, is every one of these stakes races, just like you said, there's so many horses that we can go through.
So 12-1 South Bend, the number 9. I said it's a hard worker because it was bought for $70,000. It's made $476,000 in its career so far. So you want to talk about a return on investment? 2020, it didn't win 2 places, 2 shows, and it made $218,000. So, you know, this horse is a horse that is a hard worker and usually gets a bad price, but you can tag it. Maybe you do a place show bet or something like that, put a little bit of money on it. And if it comes out, 15-1, 12-1, you won yourself a nice pretty penny there. So something to look forward to.
I love that angle, and you're going to spring launch me right into the 7th race, because I did the same thing for my top choice in the 7th race as you just were talking about with that angle, as far as the price tag and how much they've made and what they've run for. And a lot of people say, oh, you can't really tell because of the difference of the purse and whatever. You can tell because horses that run consistently well in good races against good fields are good horses. I mean, it's plain and simple. It's plain and simple. So I love that angle. That was a great take there. So race 7, 1.5 miles, inner turf. We're going the Glens Falls grade 2, $250,000 purse, grade 2. We got a big one here. I have it 3-6-5-2. So I'll talk about the 3 real quick. Warlike Goddess. Really like this horse's name. I like its past performances. And the biggest thing for me, like I said, as you just talked about, this horse was purchased for $30,000 and he's made $246,000 in his lifetime. In that short, brief lifetime, he's raced 5 races. He's won 4 of them. I think this horse is fabulous. I think he's fucking fast as hell late. And those are the horses I love in these long races on the turf. This is a 1.5 miles on the turf, which means they're starting on the back side of the track. They go around us once, then they go all the way around again. And I think that second time when they come around again, you're going to watch this 3 come flying down the track with a wicked turn of foot. This is going to be my first best bet of the day. Warlike Goddess. I think this is a fabulous horse. Look at his past performances. First, fifth. Okay, what'd you look at here? He got pinched and rallied well. So draw a line through it. First. That's all I got to see. He's got 1 blemish on his career record. Give me the 3.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't a good trip either. So, it wasn't like this horse had a really good trip. The number 3 Warlike Goddess and loss. It was a bad trip and loss. So you can't fault the horse for that. Sometimes that just happens. It's four wins in 5 on the turf, 1 win at this distance, in 1 performance here. So I do like the Warlike Goddess as well. I have it on my place. I have this 1-5-2-3. And I like Alvarado on the 1, Call Me Love. 1 for 1 at this distance, 2 for 3 in 2021. 1 its last 2. And then let me see here. We got it not 12 for 16 on the turf. So I know this horse is going to be in the money here somewhere at 8-1. Christophe Clement. I like this horse a bit. I also like the 5, My Sister Nat, with Jose and Chad Brown. 1 for 1 at this distance and 13 for 17 in the money on turf. And I like the 2, Temple City Terror, with Tyler on the jockey here. 1 for 1 winner at this distance, 12 for 21 on turf, 3 for 5 in the money at 20 in 2021. So I actually really like this Tyler horse at 6-1. I think it'll get bet up too. I think we could get close to 10-1 at post time, and I'm gonna have this in some exotics here.
I agree. I think he's going to be an overlay. I think there's going to be, overlay meaning that he goes off higher than his morning line odds. I think that's going to be there for sure. One thing I do want to talk about, because like I said, I got this race 3-6-5-2. I like the 6, Delika, to come in second with Miguel Mena on him. Miguel Mena has raced this horse very well in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mounts. 7 out of the last 9 races he's been on him. This is a pretty good horse coming out of some good races. I like the lineage. I like kind of everything about the 6, but one horse that I think is another one that is sneaky is the 5, My Sister Nat. So a lot of people are going to look at this horse and say, Jose Ortiz, Chad Brown, Peter Brandt, right? That's the easy way. Read this program. Look at the races this horse is coming out of. Grade 2 New York race, got beat by Mean Mary, very good horse. Grade 2 got beat by Magic Attitude, very good horse. Grade 1 got beat by Ayadara, very good horse. Got beat by Civil Union back-to-back in a grade 2 and a grade 1 at Saratoga and Belmont. Little rivalry action. I don't know, man. I just think My Sister Nat has run into some really, really, really tough horses, and I think this field isn't as tough as she's raced. So she is my biggest fear to my 3, Warlike Goddess.
Okay, I like it.
All right, race 8, cruising on through.
All right,
race 8, we got us. Yeah, take it.
All right, so we have a grade 1 stakes race. This is the Test Stakes. The grade 1 Test Stakes. It's a 7 furlong race on the dirt, 3-year-old females, $500,000 purse, which is just beautiful. I have this 3-7-1-6, but I am making a audible here. I'm going to switch my 7 and my 3 here. I'm going to put search results as my number 1 here. And I'm going to put Zagil, the 3, as my number 2. I'm just thinking about it more and more.
7-3-1-6.
7-3-1-6. I changed it.
Okay.
I'm just feeling the 7 search results. it's only got one loss on its ledger, and that was to Malathat, and it was a close race. And I should have learned that Malathat maybe wasn't worth the hoofs it rides on, which really killed me. It's still bumming me out to this day.
Yeah, I was gonna say we gotta bury that one. That was bad for everybody involved. We gotta just bury that race.
It's like watching a UFC event and a dude breaking his leg. You know what I mean? You just gotta
the worst.
You just gotta not think about it. But
I love your pick here. I love your change. I just want to say I love your change.
Yeah.
I thought the 3 was very dangerous, but I also landed on the 7. So when you made that switch, I'm very happy you made that switch.
But I am worried about the 1 here, Illumination, just because it's Bob Baffert's return to Bob Baffert's return to New York. I don't think the horse is great, especially since it just was in a 61K maiden special weight its last time out. But I don't trust Bob Baffert. So even though it won a maiden special weight that was only 61K, it's ran in a Del Mar Derby Grade 1. It ran in a San Antonio for the Chandler Grade 2. I just don't. There's something about it. It's a $900,000 purchase from Bob Baffert. It hasn't even made $100,000 in returns yet. Something worries me about the Bob Baffert. Just he's not a trustworthy guy, and this horse is at 12-1. It's just I look out for this horse. Just look out for it, because he can screw you if he wants to.
I don't disagree. My thought is that I just don't think he's coming out of good enough races for this field. I think this field is loaded.
And again, Bob Baffert, if you're listening, I'm a big fan. I think Gamine is my favorite horse, so no harm, no foul.
Get that out of your system. My dad will enjoy that one too. No, I'm not. I understand what you're saying. I don't fully disagree. I just think, again, Johnny V hopping aboard. Bob Baffert has had a rough year. I'm going to look elsewhere because I think this is a very good field. And elsewhere that I'm going to look is this 8, Bella Sofia.
Okay.
6-1, Luis Zayas, Rudy Rodriguez. And Luis raced this horse really well. This horse has raced 3 times. He's won twice and came in second once. So he's in the money all 3 times. Yeah, he's stepping up. Yeah, he's stepping way up. But I don't know, man. This horse strikes me as tough. So I got this race 7-8-5-4 is where I'm going here. I'm going with the 7. Search results, Clairvich Stables, Irad, Chad Brown. I think this horse found its distance. I think this horse found what it likes to do last time out in the Grade 1 Acorn. And I think it's really going to show everybody that, this horse is ready to go. And one cool thing, Chad Brown does not put horses out there that aren't ready to run. So I think this horse is going to be ready to go. It's one of the better ones. Chad's had a rough go a little bit here. There's a lot of meat left. Nobody's writing it off, but Mike Maker is handedly the number 1 trainer at Saratoga. I think it'll get close and Chad will probably overcome, his early deficit as we get going here. But this is one that I think is going to be live. Another horse that I want to talk about, I didn't pick him, but another one I just always like to throw my hat in. The 6, Make Mischief, 12-1. Tyler Gaffley and Mark Cassey. They bought this horse for $285,000 and by Into Mischief. He just never ran to his form. So he's another one who maybe if he decides to show up and be the horse that he should be, he could hurt, some tickets. So
but a Grade 2 winner his last time out. He's lost the search results before, but Grade 2 winner last time out's not terrible for this horse. And 2 for 2 in the money at this distance with 1 win. I got it on my ledger too. I like the Make Mischief and Tyler Gaffleone, especially. I think this horse probably goes off at 15-1. I think it could ruin some tickets too. I agree with you there.
Yeah. So moving forward, here we go. Race 9, another big one, another big stakes race. We're going 1 mile and 3/16 on the Mellon turf. So they're going to start little past the finish line. They're going to go around and all the way around again. Nice long race here on the Mellon turf. I'm gonna go ahead and sling my second best bet of the day out here, and I'm going with probably the lowest price of the field, the 6, Bolshoi Ballet. I had this horse last time. RJ had this horse last time. I was very impressed. Yeah, he was the favorite, but he ran. He was 7th. He didn't break well, so it was 7th, and then 6th, and then 2nd, and then 1st. So he closed in the last 3 fractions of the race from 6th to 1st. That's a kick. That's a kick I like. I'm going to play some doubles into this horse. I'm going to play some exactas, but this horse is going to get my second best bet, and arguably probably the best horse of the day. I mean, no disrespect to the horses running in the Whitney, but given this distance in this particular race, Bolshoi Ballet is running its race.
I can't argue with you there. I left it off just because of a prior experience with a horse that we talked about last maybe like a couple of minutes ago with Malathat. It's just Saratoga is just the graveyard of favorites, and so I went with a bit of a maybe a jump here. I went 5, 6, 11, 8. I'm gonna single Bolshoi Ballet. I'll put some money on it to win, and maybe some exacta boxes with the 5, 6 here. I just like the 5 yes this time with Saez. It's getting a jockey jump here, and it's won its last 5 races, 5 for 6 in 2021 with 5 straight wins. Not great company here, but maybe the jump, maybe the jump with Saez here, it works here. But we're talking about a horse, that's a bit of an overachiever, especially 5 straight wins is something admirable, especially with the jockey, with the trainer change in there as well. So I'm going to take a shot here, 15-1. That's a good price with Luis Saez. And I think I'm going to do a 6-5 exacta box, or maybe a 6-5 11 try box here with the 11 King Fury and Jose Ortiz. I like this horse, but this is the Kenneth McPeak barn, I believe. So is that Kenneth McPeak? That was that barn had some unfortunate circumstances. I don't know if you want to take it away there.
I will, because I will. We're not there yet.
Okay.
I will talk about it later on. I will talk about it later.
So this horse has been in some talented races. It's 10-1 right now because it's coming off a bit of a layoff. It's a
$950,000 horse.
Yeah, exactly. So it's highly priced right now just because it's the barn's unfortunate situation here, but it's been in some good races, and I think it could ruin some tickets here. So I actually like an 11-6-5 try box here, and that's all I got to say about this race. I love Bolshoi Ballet. That's a phenomenal horse, and
phenomenal horse.
I'm excited to watch it race.
Yeah, one horse I do want to talk about real quick before we move on is the 4 Cadillac. It's a horse out of Ireland. I don't know the trainer. I don't know the jockey, but the jockey's raced this horse every single time, and he's raced well. And I've said it again on here before. I've said it to RJ. I've said it to everybody else. These shippers from overseas, all they do is run on the grass. They come over here because our turf naturally is harder. Our turf doesn't get as much moisture. They don't have dirt to run on over there. So if it rains a little bit, they don't scratch off the turf. They just race on. So it's a little muddy over there. It's got some give in the ground. It's like that over there in Ireland and other places over the pond. So I want to point that out, that this horse is dangerous. He's a possibility, and he's a shipper. And sometimes those shippers, tend to strike. Go ahead. You want to take the next one? Go for it.
Sure, it's the Whitney. It's the Whitney. Are you sure you want me to take it, or you want to take it? It's the Whitney, man.
You want me to take it? I'll take it.
Yeah, it's the Whitney. You're the Saratoga boy, so you should. You've been talking about this race for about a month now, so you should take it.
I'm excited.
I'll take the garbage that's after this.
There's no garbage after this. There's some good races after this, man. Yeah, this is arguably, I think, in my opinion, one of the best races. I mean, obviously anybody will say it, but for me, it's the Travers, it's the Whitney, and then it's the Jim Dandy. Those are the top three races for me at Saratoga. I love this race. I love the company it gets. I love the day, Whitney Day, man. Mary Lou Whitney, she was a fantastic owner. She was, I mean, her stables, Katie Hill in Saratoga, is luxurious. You drive past it as you go into the track. It's so cool. It's just one of those things, man, where it's a fantastic race. There's just nothing else to say about it. So, yeah, we got 1 1/8 miles. We're on the dirt. So they're starting at the finish line and they're finishing there. It's the longest race you can get on the dirt at Saratoga. It's a grade 1 and it's $1 million race. So we're going to run through this. I'm going to run through this real quick because it's not a big field. We got the 1 by my standards, 10-1, Gabriel Zayas with Brett Calhoun. The 2 is Silver State with Ricardo Santana and Steve Asmussen. The 3 is Swiss Skydiver for Irad Ortiz and Kenneth McPeak. The 4 is Knicks Go with Joel Rosario and Brad Cox. And then the 5 is Maxfield with Brendan Walsh and Jose Ortiz. So I have this race 3, 2, 4, 5. I'm rolling with my girl. I think she caught a bad hand. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but I can't turn my back on my girl. I'm rolling with her. I'm going with Swiss Skydiver. RJ, who you got?
I have Silver State. I like Ricardo Santana Jr. and Steven Asmussen. Ricardo Santana has actually had a pretty good Saratoga so far. I think maybe to the shock of some people. This is the Met Mile winner, 6 race winning streak, but that does leave some tough issues. This is a tough race because you want to talk about favorites and who's the favorite. Every horse here is $1 million purse winner. Every horse here is amassed over $1 million in winnings. So this isn't in a place where there's a graveyard of favorites. We're talking about there's no fat in this race. It's all muscle. It's all good horses. There's no horse here that's that cares that another horse is running here. I do like the 2 Silver State, but what I can see happening is the 4 Knicks Go, Joel Rosario, Brad Cox. I could see Joel Rosario just sprinting out the gate and saying, "Let's play catch up with me. See whatever happens. Maybe I can hold on here at Saratoga and tire in Silver State out." And in that case, I think the 5 Maxfield, Jose Ortiz, has a very good chance to win. But this is a great race. I mean, I like Maxfield here because it's 1 for 1 at this distance with a $350,000 win under its belt here. 4 for 4 in the money at 2021 with 3 wins. This is a horse coming in with a little bit of confidence, 2 straight wins with Jose Ortiz on the saddle here. In a place where we're talking about graveyards of favorites, this is a horse that can bury a favorite very quickly. And I also like Swiss Skydiver, $35,000 purchase, $2 million price. You know what I mean? Like that's just a horse that you always got to root for.
Girl.
And of course, unfortunate events, whenever you want to talk about it, but this is a horse that's a winner and that can show up in a grade 1 race, has shown up in a grade 1 race and won. So
yeah. So the only horse, again, this is a 5-horse field, so the only horse I felt comfortable leaving off was the 1. And the 1, I'm not leaving him off because he's a bad horse. I mean, 16 races lifetime, he's got 7 wins, 5 seconds and 1/3. This is a good horse. I just left him off because I don't know the jockey. I mean, the jockey's okay. He's obviously ridden this horse many times. But when you look at the other four, I'm getting Ricardo, I'm getting Irad, I'm getting Joel, and I'm getting Jose on all loaded horses. So unfortunately, I'm going to take the risk. I'm leaving the one off. This is a 5-horse field, so there are supers playable in this race. I'm going to play the super of 3, 2, 4, 5. I'm going to box it and hope I get a little action here. I'm going to go back. I'm going to work myself backwards here. I think the 5, Maxfield, RJ nailed it. Pace might heat up. Maxfield could run it down. I think Nick's Go is the fastest horse in this race. If he gets loose, he's gone. Nobody's catching him. Hands down, I'm not betting Nick's Go at 6-5. I think Nick's Go is hands down the fastest horse in this field and could easily win wire to wire, but I'm not betting him at 6-5. The 2, Silver State, same thing. A horse that's very reliable on pace. It's not the typical Steve Asmussen, Ricardo Santana horse that needs to be in front to win. This horse can sit 3-4 path and still pass horses and win. Very good horse. I like Silver State. I think Silver State, in my opinion, is the most logical winner other than where I landed, which is my girl, man, Swiss Skydiver. Like you said, this horse was purchased for $35,000 at the Keeneland September sale. And all this horse has done is just knock people the fuck out. And that's all she does. She runs them off their feet, whether they're boys, whether they're girls, it doesn't matter. So the interesting part about her and why she's 6-1 in this particular field is because she wasn't supposed to race here. She was supposed to race in the Chuvy. And if she raced in the Chuvy, she would have won. She would have been the odds-on favorite, and she would have romped the field. She couldn't race because she was in quarantine because Kenneth McPeak's barn had an outbreak of herpes, essentially herpes of like 40-something horses. So they were grouped together. It just was one of those things that spread like COVID did for many of all of us. It just was one of those weird situations that nobody was expecting. So Swiss Skydiver had to be put in quarantine. This horse has been training on her own, working on her own. She's ready to go. And I think at 6-1, you're getting a price, man. And Irad's hungry. He's tired of losing. Right now he's 3rd behind Louis and Jose for the leading jockeys. And I just got a feeling my girl is gonna come out and she's ready to run. So I am going Swiss Skydiver, the 3, big time. Big time, big time, big time.
Swiss Skydiver won the Preakness?
Yes, by a neck.
Jesus
That was
Christ.
last year. It was last year.
Preakness.
Last year in the odd. Remember, it was all shuffled, like it wasn't in the correct order.
Yeah. But still, I mean, a $35,000 horse winning the Preakness with a $25,000 tag. Jesus,
the thing that pisses me off. The thing that pisses me off is people are going to look at her last race, the Grade 1 Apple Blossom, and say, "Oh, she finished 3rd." She raced against Monomoy Girl
and
the fucking Breeders' Cup champion in Latruska. She raced against 2 horses that would slaughter this field, slaughter it. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not playing any games with my girl. I love Swiss Skydiver. I've been a fan of hers, and we're rolling right through with her.
I like the McPeak barns here because there was that little issue, and I think you could get good prices on his horses that should be fine here. So I love Swiss Skydiver. It's a great horse.
Race 11, all yours.
All right, so we are on the dirt for 1 1/8. It's a 3-year-olds and up, optional claiming, $80,000, $105,000 purse though. So we got some money here. I have it 3, 7, 1 and 1A because you get them doubled, and then the 6. I like the 3 risk taking Manny Franco, considerable class down. I think this 3 ran in the Preakness. It did run in the Preakness with Rombauer and Midnight Bourbon, and now it's in an optional claim race.
But look at the races that ran before. It ran in the Grade 2 Woodbine Memorial, which is a big race, and then it ran in the Grade 3 Withers at Aqueduct, which is a big race, and it won. This horse is coming out of big races, so I like what your angle is there in the little drop down.
Little drop down. I think it should be able to pick itself up here. So I do like Manny Franco, Clarovich Stables, and Chad Brown. I think we got a winner there. But I do like Jose on the number 7, Lost in Rome, 2 for 4 winner at this distance. Orlando Noda, your favorite, has some great horses, has some winners. It's a $3,200 purchase. This horse has made over $200,000. You're talking about return on investments. That's a great return on investment. I also like the 1 and 1A, Danny California, Luis Saez, and the 1A Musical Heart, Irad Ortiz. You get both of these at 5-2. I think at least one of these horses is gonna be in the money here. The one, Danny California, 5 out of 9 in the money, over 50% at this distance, and the 1A Musical Heart with Irad Ortiz. This is just I think this is just a horse that'll get there. 5 out of 5 in the money at this distance, and 2 for 2 in the money with a win at Saratoga. So we get some good horses here. And the 6 Air Attack is good too, but that's kind of my last option. I got the 3, 7, 1, and 1A. I think takes the cake here. Give me your horses here.
I got it 1A, so there for first, and then I got a 2, 5, 8 behind it. I'm gonna start with the 2 Superfecto. Johnny V, Ralph Nix. This was a horse that I would have picked on top if Johnny V hadn't been racing the way he's been racing. I think this is just a good horse, but I think it's a horse that doesn't like to win. And you can see that based on its past performances. It raced really well last time out, first all the way around, came in third. 2 times before that, second all around, came in third. You need its winner 3 times back. It was against a pretty bad 25 optional allowance claiming at Gulfstream Park. So it's one of those horses that should race well, should be in the money, but not going to be the winner. The 1, Danny California, Luis Saez, Rudy Rodriguez, racing really well last time out. I prefer the 1A more. I like the 1A Musical Heart with Irad, Rob Patras, and Michael Dubb. This horse is coming out of better races, and it's raced in the money twice at Saratoga, 1 win, 1 second place. One other horse I want to talk about is the 5 before we move on. Empty Tomb. Tyler Gaffleone, 3 Diamonds Farm, Mike Maker. This horse is going to be 7-2. This horse is going to be involved in every one of my tickets. It's going to be my exacta, it's going to be my triple, and I'll probably sprinkle them into the pick 3 or going into them. But this horse is very good. I like him. I think he's got the speed and ability to wire this field. So I like the 1s. I'm going to play a nice little situation here. The 5 is very, very interesting for me, and I'm also going to keep an eye on the way the public bets the 8, Chestertown. He's morning line 8-1 for Ricardo Santana and Steve Asmussen. It's another horse that's very fast and could dictate the pace. I'm not saying he can win, but he's a horse that can run fast enough up front that makes things very interesting for the rest of the field coming late. So that's a horse I'm going to keep an eye on. I'm going to keep an eye on what the public thinks about it. So I got this 1, 2, 5, 8.
And I got a 3, 7, 1, 1A, and 6. Also, that 8 Chestertown, $2 million purchase. My goodness.
I know it.
Did Asmussen did he take over as the winningest trainer?
Not yet. He's 2 wins away. He's 2 wins away.
He was 3 wins away on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't have a lot of mounts during the week, but his the weekend here he's got 3 of them on Saturday. So there's a chance he gets it this weekend. There is. Yeah, all right. So here we go. Let's close it up. Saratoga race 12, 5.5 furlongs. We're going on the turf, regular turf course, $103,000 allowance race. So like I said, there was only 2 bad races. They were early. The rest have been great. This is a fucking tough race, man. I didn't know where to go here. I went in so many different angles. I got 6, 14, 11, 3. RJ, what do you got?
I got it 6, 7, 9, 11. It's tough. It's a $103,000 allowance, and it's only 5.5 furlongs.
So why'd you land on the 6?
The same reason you did. Why'd you land on this? No, I'm just kidding. It's a 1-for-1 winner at this distance. I love the dad, $225,000. Yeah, right. It's daddy is into mischief, isn't it? Yep. $225,000, $350,000 purchase. It's been in the money on the turf all the times, and it's 1-for-1 at this distance. I just like this horse. I think this horse has a lot a lot to give. It's also been in some grade 1 races. It's been in some allowance races too, but it's won those allowance races. Didn't win the optional claim, lost to Saratoga a Love, which is a tough one, but then it comes back into an optional claim and it wins. I think it knows that it was that was an easy race to win and was kind of embarrassed by losing. Irad's taken the mount here a good amount of times. His brother's taken the mount here also a good amount of times. I think this horse is just going to run in the money. I think it's the horse that I landed on that I was the most confident in. I like some horses in here, but the most confident horse I was within was this horse, the 6. That's why I landed on it. I thought it had the best chance, I thought, to win.
So I was pretty similar. I thought the 6 had the best chance to win, but this 14, man, the more I look at it, the more it just reels me in. I mean, look at this. This horse has been a nitty-gritty, dirty claimer its entire life. It came out second and then 10th and then got claimed by Mike Maker. And then it went first and then 6th and then got claimed. And then it went first and then it got claimed. And then it went first, then it got claimed. And then it went first and then it went first and then it got claimed. And then it went second. I mean, this 14 horse has been in everybody's barn. Nobody can keep him, but everybody keeps making money with this horse. He's raced 9 times in his life. He's coming to money 7, won 5. I mean, this horse, this 14 with Dylan Davis on the outside is dangerous. So I'm doing a 6-14 exacta. I'm closing my eyes, and I will see everybody next week.
No, I actually like this 1-8. I actually like this 14 too, especially because on the fast surface, it's 5 out of 6 in the money with 3 wins, and in the wet, it's 2 for 2 with 2 wins. So it really doesn't matter whatever happens. This horse is going to give a good. This horse will give a good race, no matter the weather, which really is to the benefit of this. I stuck on the 7 a little bit, Luis Saez time limit, just because it's Michael Maker and Luis Saez, and that's the most profitable at Saratoga is Maker and Saez. They have just been cleaning up. It won its last time out with Irad. It gets Saez, so I don't. It's funny. Wins with Irad, goes to Saez, gets third with Saez, goes back to Irad and wins. So, and then it gets Saez this time. So that's why I don't have it to win, but 9-2 price is pretty good for a $30,000 horse, a $30,000 horse with more than $300,000 in winnings. We got a lot of the thing that I picked up on. There's a lot of horses racing that weren't bought for that much, but have just overachieved so much. That one is what I've seen a lot. And then the 9, Spicy Marg with Tyler Gaffleone. It's another into mischief kid. I like the jockey trainer combo. I like the way Tyler Gaffleone's been running at Saratoga. I like Wesley Ward a lot. It's been in some dirty allowance races. It's raced with Tyler Gaffleone and a girl named Patsy and Sail on Ellen. Both beat him last time out. But those are good horses. And this horse, it was 4 for 4 in the money in 2020. It's 2 for 3 at this distance with 1 win. I think it's got a shot here. So, yeah, that's all I got. I'm very excited. This is a great day on Saturday. We should be in some good races here.
Yeah, it's a great card as always. Thank you for everybody that follows along. Like, subscribe, check the videos out on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter @_Final Furlong. Articles come out Saturday. We shot the video Thursday this week. It'll be out, probably posted tomorrow or tonight at some point. But go ahead, man. Follow us along. We're gonna win some money. We've been doing well. We've been riding the last couple weeks here, and Whitney Day is gonna be a big one. We got a lot of prices out there. So RJ, as always, buddy, thank you.
Thank you. It was good catching up, good chatting along, and let's get some winners.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother.